covered in the pestle and has an important implication is the competitors. So today we are going to look at the competitors and how does a firm analyze these competitors and what impact do they have on the profit margins of a company. So the competition is analyzed from the Michael Porter's 5 forces model, which says that any firm basically faces competition from 5 forces. One is the intensity of rivalry, second, bargaining power of the suppliers, third, bargaining power of the buyers, fourth, potential entrants, and lastly, threat of substitutes. If you look at the potential entrants, these are those companies which are likely to enter into the industry or in the process of finalizing or launching their product in that particular industry. Their power or their will or the influence to be strong or weak in a particular industry is determined by the entry barriers to an industry. Today, say for example, if a telecom industry, if any data company wants to enter, they need to have the power, the towers, they need to have the licenses, and that actually creates those kind of entry barriers. And these entry barriers therefore force a company to actually look at capital requirements, distribution, regulatory policies, and the other factors enlisted. Intensity of rivalry means that the existing competitors of a firm, these competitors are likely to be stronger or weaker in case the customers of that particular industry are large enough for all the industries to sustain. If the number of buyers is more, the intensity of competition is likely to be less. However, if the number of buyers is less, the intensity of competition is likely to be higher. Therefore, the buyers actually determine what is the switching cost of the customer and how far the firm is likely to invest. Let us look at threat of substitutes. These substitutes are likely to be stronger in case they offer a better value proposition than the existing product category. Like say for example, if you look at the case of buckets, today we are more used to using plastic buckets as compared to the earlier times where we used to actually have iron buckets. So plastic buckets were economical, portable, light enough as compared to the iron buckets. So there's a power of substitute, or they have been very successful in replacing the iron buckets. Similarly, if you look at the suppliers are going to be stronger if they are the only ones or the ones who are providing a very unique or distinct raw material to the existing buyers. So they are likely to command a price premium, they are likely to have all the tantrums that anybody can actually envisage. Bargaining power of the buyers, it is going to be stronger if the buyers are less in number and the number of suppliers is more. So they are likely to command more of price discounts, like the way we are actually seeing it, and we were seeing it earlier in the pre-Geo era when there were so many people, so many competitors and less number of buyers, so we will be able to command a discount on the same. Similarly, if you look at the quality of information that is going to be available to the buyers, if the information is very extensive, the buyer is likely to be in a stronger position as compared to a buyer who is naive. This leads to the limitation also of this model in the fact that it actually pays very little attention to the factors that might affect demand, or the fact that especially in terms of when we look at the government supplies, this framework does not actually apply.